Here's what happened this week at City Council.
Today, City Council approved 2 design contracts for our Top 25 arterial program that include phase 1 of the project. It's the design contracts are going to be for the design of landscaping and lighting on the Top 25 arterial corridors. And those roads include Yarborough, George Dieter, Lee Trevino, Pelicano, Railroad, and Cotton. Item 16.2, City Council approved the design contract for the reconstruction of Schuster Road reconstruction. The road was approved as part of the 2018 capital plan, and it includes Schuster from Prospect to Campbell, where it's going to be a full roadway reconstruction through that corridor.
Today at City Council, we made a presentation to Mayor and Council about the city's recent award of being nationally accredited for the Park and Recreation Agency. And what we're really excited, of course, because Council now understands that we're part of the 1% of agencies nationwide that have received this distinction. We have a level of confidence now with the community that their funds are being spent appropriately and that we're following the best practices across the country. So when you come to El Paso and use the services that we have here, they're amongst the best in the nation.
So today was an update about all the work that we're doing with military affairs. It's been moved into community and human development so that we can develop broader outreach, greater opportunities for veterans, active military, and their families, and so that we can address veteran homelessness. Functional zero veteran homelessness by October 2019. So it means a lot. It means as much as Fort Bliss means to us. We want to make sure that we are a veteran-ready city, and that means really getting out in the community and making sure that everybody is connected.
We provided a detailed presentation to City Council on the street improvements, on the street infrastructure improvements that we have throughout the city. They included a very detailed update on the 2012 Street CIP reconstruction program. We also provided information on the Community Development Block Grant Program, which is a 100% federal program. We have several street projects associated with that funding source. In addition to that, the 2017, 18, and 19 capital plans had funding for our street infrastructure network. That included reconstruction of 5 critical roadways that were Hawkins, Railroad, Schuster, Bryan Ray, Ted Houghton roads, as well as our top 25 arterials and 16 signalized intersections throughout our community.
We gave a briefing on the street resurfacing program. And the critical pieces of information were, 1, we gave an update on where we are on all of our resurfacing projects at present time. We have working on a street resurfacing program that includes 415 street segments for the 2012 Street CIP, plus 8 street segments for the arterial paving programs. So the benefit for the community is improving the quality of our streets. 17.6 was also a management update for the street and maintenance department maintenance operations. So we talked a little bit about street maintenance, which was the pothole report. Importantly on potholes, out of the 37,000 potholes that we repaired last year, only 3,100 of them came from a service request, which means we are actively finding over 90% of our work. And we have also essentially doubled the amount of production that we're doing in pothole patching since our Lean Six Sigma project in 2015.
Today's topic focused on an item at the state legislative session that's going to be upcoming here pretty soon related to property tax revenue caps. So just an update on potential impact from what could happen at the state level, just to get council aware, start thinking about some of the things that could potentially impact next year's budget.
So on item 17.8, we were introducing a housing revitalization incentive program. This is just a taste of the work that's to come. It's about taking single-family homes for El Pasoans and giving them the means they need to revitalize their own homes.
It was just an update on the transition for the streetcar system to the city. And basically, we own everything now. We own all the facilities, the infrastructure. We own 5 cars. We have 1 more car to get delivered. So once we get that one, that's really the only open item we have left. And that'll be obviously a good thing, because then we can go to a full service system of 5 cars being out there at one time on the street to give good headways, good service to the public.
So today City Council approved the land exchange agreement between the city and FSW Investments to obtain the future site of Great Wolf Lodge. And what that means is that we now have in place an agreement so that we can have that land and Great Wolf Lodge can one day develop on it.
City Council today, they approved a new chapter in the ordinance under Title 12 for a streetcar ordinance. This ordinance was created in order to manage parking along the streetcar route. What it does is this ordinance allows the streetcar to operate safely and not to have the tracks blocked by parked vehicles. And it also establishes a process and how to remove those cars if they are on top of the tracks. So obviously we want to keep the tracks clear so that the streetcar can, provide the service to citizens.
Item 22.1 was the commencement of a 30-day comment period for an amendment to the Community Development Block Grant Annual Action Plan. Basically, we're just changing the projects that we intend to fund. Things shift a little bit sometimes with federal funding sources, but we're offering the community 30 days to comment on those projects and give us feedback. We'll come back to council for final action and adoption in 30 days.